Poor circulation triples fall risk after 60, but there's one simple, evidence-based thing you can do before your next walk that often boosts leg blood flow in hours. I'm going to show you exactly what to drink, when to drink it, how to make it keto-friendly, and a step-by-step pre-walk routine you can try as soon as tomorrow. If you're over 50 and tired of cold feet, leg cramps, or getting winded on short walks, this is for you. Here's the promise up front. A targeted pre-walk beverage, handled the right way, can produce measurable improvements in blood flow and reduce cramping within hours, and contribute to better vascular function over weeks. Try one of the keto-friendly options tomorrow morning and tell me which you pick in the comments. Let's start with the biology in plain English so you understand why this works. Why your legs feel worse as you age. Think of your arteries as highways that deliver oxygen and nutrients to muscles. As you age, the smooth pavement wears down. The cells that make nitric oxide, the gas that tells blood vessels to relax, decline dramatically. After about 60, nitric oxide production can drop by a large percentage compared with younger adults. The result? Narrower arterial lanes, slower blood flow to the legs, more stiffness, more cramps, more fatigue, and a higher risk of small clots and falls. The good news is nitric oxide isn't a lost cause. Certain plant compounds give your body a shortcut. Dietary nitrates, citrulline, and specific flavanols convert into nitrite and then into nitric oxide inside your mouth and stomach. That little conversion step relies on your mouth bacteria, yes, your oral microbiome, and then the molecule does what it's famous for. It dilates arteries, increases blood flow, and improves oxygen delivery to active muscles. In some clinical settings, targeted nitrate intake has been linked to 30 to 58. Tart cherry or pomegranate juice. Helpful but sugary. Why? Anthocyanins help recovery and some vascular signaling, but high sugar content and calories make them tricky for strict keto. Keto label, high sugar, not keto, requires portion control to fit macros. 7. Commercial beet blends with sugar. Mixed effect, mostly sugar. Why? Could contain beneficial nitrates, but most commercial blends add sugars and preservatives that blunt keto suitability. Keto label, high sugar, not keto unless you find a pure, no-sugar product. 6. Watermelon juice, quick effect but seasonal and sugary. Why? Citrulline in watermelon is good for nitric oxide. Onset can be fast, but it's carb-heavy. Keto label, high sugar, not keto unless you limit to a very small serving. 5. Hibiscus tea, unsweetened. Strong, but with cautions. Why? Hibiscus can lower blood pressure and help vascular function. Onset can be relatively quick. Caution if you're on blood pressure meds. Keto label, keto-friendly, unsweetened. 4. Unsweetened cocoa or dark cocoa drink. Fast, flavanol-rich. Why? Cocoa flavanols increase nitric oxide production acutely and improve blood flow. Choose unsweetened, high cacao powder. Keto label, keto-friendly if unsweetened and sweetened with non-caloric sweeteners. 3. Celery juice, fresh, pure. High in nitrates, low carbs. Why? Celery is very nitrate-rich and can convert to nitrite, then NO, low in sugar and accessible. Keto label, keto-friendly. 2. Arugula smoothie or greens concentrate, very high nitrates. Why? Leafy greens like arugula provide concentrated nitrates with very low carbs, great for keto. Keto label, keto-friendly. 1. Pure beetroot juice, no added sugar, top pick. Why? Beetroot delivers high nitrate doses that convert reliably to nitrite and nitric oxide. Onset as fast as 2 to 3 hours and measurable effects in many trials. Keto label, requires modification for strict keto, but possible with small servings or blending with low-carb greens. Those are the 10. Water won't hurt, but if you want a rapid, science-backed boost before a walk, the bottom 3 on this list are the ones to focus on. Cocoa, nitrate-rich greens, celery, arugula, and beetroot as the top evidence-backed option. Now I'll deep dive into the top 5, explain how each works, give you exact amounts and timings, and show keto-friendly slops. Deep dive the top 5 and practical recipes. I'll cover number 5 through number 1 with practical advice you can use immediately. For all of these, choose pure products with no added sugars or preservatives. If you buy packaged, read labels. Number 5, hibiscus tea, unsweetened. How it helps? Hibiscus contains polyphenols that can promote vasodilation and support lower blood pressure. It's not a nitrate source, but it can help vascular tone and may add a modest, fairly quick benefit. Timing and onset. Effects on blood pressure and vascular markers can appear within 1 to 3 hours after drinking. Recipe/preparation. Steep 1 to 2 tablespoons of dried hibiscus in 8 to 12 ounces of hot water for 8 to 10 minutes. Let cool. Drink plain or slightly chilled. No sugar. Keto tips/cautions. Keto-friendly, unsweetened. If you take antihypertensive medications, consult your physician. Hibiscus can enhance BP-lowering effects. Also avoid processed hibiscus blends that add sugar. Number 4. Unsweetened cocoa, high flavanol. How it helps. Cocoa flavanols enhance nitric oxide availability by supporting endothelial function and increasing NOS activity. This effect is acute and can improve blood flow and exercise tolerance. Timing/onset. You can feel effects within 60 to 120 minutes in many people when a sufficient flavanol dose is consumed. Recipe/preparation. Mix 20 to 30 grams of unsweetened high cacao powder, 70 to 100% cacao, with hot water or unsweetened almond milk. Sweeten lightly with stevia or monk fruit if desired. Do not use pre-sweetened cocoa mixes. Keto tips/cautions. Keto-friendly if unsweetened. Track the small carb content of any milk substitute. Good option for strict keto followers who want a low-sugar, fast-acting drink. Number 3. Celery juice, fresh, pure. How it helps. Celery is naturally high in nitrates. When juiced and consumed, those nitrates convert into nitrite and then nitric oxide, improving blood flow to skeletal muscle. Timing/onset. Nitrate conversion takes a couple hours for peak effect, but you may notice warmth and reduced cramping within 2 to 3 hours. Recipe/preparation. Blend or juice 4 to 5 large celery stalks to yield roughly 12 to 16 ounces. Strain if you prefer a smooth juice. Drink on an empty stomach. Keto tips/cautions. Keto-friendly, low sugar and low carb. Fresh celery is inexpensive and widely available. Store-bought celery juice can work, but verify no added juices or sweeteners. Number 2. Arugula or high nitrate green smoothie. How it helps. Arugula contains concentrated dietary nitrates, often more than beetroot gram for gram, which convert efficiently to nitrite and nitric oxide. Timing/onset. Similar to beetroot, many people see effects in 2 to 3 hours. Recipe/preparation. Blend 2 cups packed arugula with 8 to 12 ounces water, 1 tablespoon lemon juice, and a pinch of salt. Optionally add a tablespoon of olive oil for satiety. If you don't like the bitter flavor, blend with cucumber or a small amount of avocado to keep carbs low. Keto tips/cautions. Very keto-friendly. This is a great substitute if you want nitrate effects without the sugars and root vegetable juices. Arugula concentrates nitrates, so you don't need large volumes. Number 1. Pure beetroot juice, no added sugar. Why it's number 1. Beetroot is the best studied acute nitrate source. In older adults and patients with vascular issues, beetroot consumption has shown rapid improvements in blood flow, exercise tolerance, and muscle oxygenation. It's inexpensive, accessible, and reliable when sourced pure. Timing/onset. Peak nitric oxide conversion typically happens around 2 to 3 hours after ingestion, though some people notice benefits as soon as 60 to 90 minutes. For consistent improvements before a planned walk, aim for 2 to 3 hours. Recommended dose: 8 ounces, about 240 milliliters, of pure beetroot juice on an empty stomach is the practical, evidence-informed option many trials use. Recipe/preparation. Use fresh, pure beetroot juice with no added sugars or preservatives. You can juice beets at home. 2 medium beets usually give you roughly 8 to 10 ounces. If fresh beets are hard to find, buy a bottled pure beet juice labeled no sugar added and check the ingredient list. Keto tips/cautions. Beetroot has natural sugars and oxalates. On strict keto, you have 2 realistic options. Reduce portion. Try 4 ounces instead of 8 ounces. Still provides nitrates but less sugar to fit macros. Consume it earlier and pair with arugula to retain nitrates while diluting carbs. Blend method. Mix 4 to 6 ounces beet juice with 6 to 8 ounces of an arugula/cucumber base to lower carbs per serving while preserving nitrate load. Safety flags. Beets are high in oxalates. If you have a history of calcium oxalate kidney stones, check with your doctor. Expect possible beechuria, pink/red urine, harmless but startling. And remember, no mouthwash before or after. More on that below. Now that you know the top choices and how to make them keto compatible, here's the practical pre-walk protocol that fulfills the title: do this before walking. The exact pre-walk protocol: do this before your next walk. This is the step-by-step routine I want you to use. It's designed for safety, speed, and keto compatibility. 1. Choose your drink. Best overall, 8 ounces pure beetroot juice, or a modified 4 to 6 ounces beet/arugula blend for keto. Best keto alternatives: arugula smoothie, 2 cups arugula blended with water, celery juice, 16 ounces from 4 or 5 stalks, or unsweetened cocoa, 20 to 30 grams powder. Label each choice as you saw. Beetroot requires modification for strict keto. Arugula, celery, cocoa, keto-friendly. Hibiscus, keto-friendly but caution if on BP meds. 2. Timing, when to drink. For a dedicated longer walk or brisk session, drink 2 to 3 hours before starting. This timing captures peak nitric oxide conversion for nitrate-rich options. For a short stroll or quick errand, allow at least 60 to 90 minutes for some options like cocoa or hibiscus. Nitrate-rich drinks are most reliable if you can wait 2 hours. If you can't schedule 2 hours, still drink. You may get partial benefit within an hour. 3. Empty stomach and eating rule. Drink on an empty stomach for optimal conversion and absorption. Wait 30 minutes after your drink before eating solid food. If you absolutely need something sooner, keep it light and low fat to not interfere dramatically. 4. Mouthwash and oral bacteria. Do not use antiseptic or antibacterial mouthwash within 1 hour before or after consuming nitrate-rich drinks. Those rinses kill the oral bacteria responsible for converting nitrates to nitrite, the crucial first step. Brush your teeth as you normally do in the morning, but avoid a heavy antiseptic rinse in the window around your nitrate drink. 5. Dosage and purity. Always choose pure, no added sugar products. If juicing at home, avoid adding fruit juices or sweeteners that will spike carbs. For beetroot, stick to the 8-ounce target if you aren't on strict keto, reduce to 4 to 6 ounces, and blend with arugula/cucumber for keto. For cocoa, use 20 to 30 grams unsweetened powder. Don't use hot chocolate mixes, they're usually sugary. 6. Monitoring and adjustments. If you take blood pressure medications or have low baseline blood pressure, measure your BP regularly when you try these drinks for the first time and check with your clinician. If you have kidney stone history, discuss beet intake with your healthcare provider because beets contain oxalate. A few practical examples to make this concrete. Example A, not strict keto, morning long walk. Wake up, drink 8 ounces pure beetroot juice at 7 a.m., wait 2 to 3 hours, have a low-carb breakfast 30 minutes after the juice if needed, start your walk at 9:15 a.m. Example B, strict keto, shorter walk. Make an arugula smoothie at 7:30 a.m., 2 cups arugula, 8 ounces water, 1 tablespoon lemon, drink, wait 60 to 90 minutes for some effect, walk at 8:45 a.m. Or blend 4 ounces beet juice plus 8 ounces arugula base at 7 a.m., wait 90 to 120 minutes, then walk. Example C, cocoa option for cold mornings. Mix 25 grams unsweetened cocoa powder with hot water and stevia at 7:30 a.m., drink, wait 60 to 90 minutes, then do a light to moderate walk. Safety and caveats. Read this before you try anything new. I want to be crystal clear. This protocol is a nutritional approach to support circulation, not a replacement for medical care. A few safety notes you must heed. Do not stop prescribed medications. If you take blood pressure medications, nitrate-rich drinks and hibiscus can lower blood pressure further. Check with your clinician before altering anything. If you have a history of kidney stones, particularly calcium oxalate stones, discuss beet intake with your doctor. Beets are high in oxalate. If you have diabetes or are monitoring blood sugar, be cautious with fruit juices, watermelon, pomegranate, tart cherry, and commercial beet blends. Either avoid or limit to very small servings and track in your daily macros. Mouthwash. Avoid antiseptic mouthwash around the time of nitrate drinks. It reduces the effectiveness of the conversion step. Purity. Don't rely on processed sugar-loaded beet shots or commercial blends with added sugar. Seek pure juice or make it fresh. Allergies or intolerances. Of course, if you have any known intolerance to a food listed here, choose a safe alternative. What to expect. Timelines and measurable markers. Here's a realistic timeline for what many people feel and what structural changes you might expect. Immediate to hours within the first session. Some people feel a warming in their lower legs and fewer cramps within a few hours after the drink, especially with beetroot or high nitrate greens. You may walk with slightly less breathlessness and sense improved leg endurance on the very first try. Days to 2 weeks. Reduced nocturnal cramping, fewer cold toes, and improved comfort while standing for longer periods. Noticeable change in walking distance for many older adults within 1 to 2 weeks when used consistently before walks. 2 to 8 weeks. Structural vascular improvements, better endothelial function, and more sustained improvements in walking capacity and recovery between sessions. Continued adherence and pairing with regular walking or exercise multiplies the benefits. How to track progress. The 30-day challenge. If you want to prove this works for you, here's a simple plan you can follow for 30 days. This is concrete, measurable, and easy to do, even if you're not techie. Baseline, day 0. Measure a simple walking test. Time how long it takes to walk 400 meters, or the nearest safe equivalent, at a comfortable pace, or count how many steps you can walk in 6 minutes. Take a quick photo of your feet or shins if you notice color changes or swelling. Note baseline symptoms in one line. Cold toes, cramps X per week, walk distance Y. Daily protocol, days 1 through 30. Choose one drink from the keto-friendly list or a modified beet protocol and consume before your walk as described. Track 3 simple markers each day. Warmth, 1 to 5 scale, cramping, number of episodes, and walk distance or time. Take a short note of how you felt post-walk. Was your endurance better? Less cramps? Weekly check, days 7, 14, 21, 30. Repeat the 400-meter or 6-minute walk test and record time or step count. Compare photos and symptom notes. Expected outcomes. Many people see warmth and fewer cramps within a few sessions. Walking distance improvements often show within 2 weeks. More consistent structural gains appear over a month. If you don't see any improvement after a consistent 30-day trial, discuss with your clinician. There may be other underlying vascular or neurological issues to evaluate. A few real-world tips that make a difference. Consistency beats one-off heroics. Using the drink before multiple walks each week builds benefit. Don't pair your nitrate drink with an antiseptic mouthwash. If you must use mouthwash for dental reasons, ask your dentist about timing. If you're strict on carbs, use arugula, celery, or unsweetened cocoa. If you want the strongest, measured nitrate effect and you aren't strict keto, beetroot is top. If you try beetroot and notice significant BP drops, lightheadedness, or concerning symptoms, stop and check with your clinician. Quick myth busting. Mouthwash is harmless. Not if you want nitrate conversion. Antibacterial mouthwash can blunt the conversion and reduce the benefit. Beet juice means instant overnight cure. No. Expect acute improvements in hours for many people, but structural healing takes weeks. If I take more, I'll get better faster. Not necessarily. Stick with recommended doses. More is not always better, especially with beets and oxalates. Final pep talk and how to start tomorrow. Aging doesn't have to mean giving up your stride. This is a practical, low-cost, and evidence-informed strategy you can put into place immediately. The key levers are timing, purity, and protecting your oral bacteria. If you want to try this tomorrow, pick one of the keto-friendly options, an arugula smoothie, celery juice, or unsweetened cocoa, or if you can account for carbs, a measured beetroot serving. Drink it on an empty stomach, avoid mouthwash around that window, wait the recommended time, then go for your walk. Start the 30-day challenge with these 3 simple rules. Be consistent, track warmth, cramping, walking distance, and adjust for keto by using low-carb swaps or reduced beet portions. Share one result after day 7 and one after day 30. Try one of the keto-friendly pre-walk drinks tomorrow and tell me what you pick in the comments. Then, if you're in, commit to the 30-day challenge. Take that baseline walk test today, use the pre-walk drink as directed, log your results, and come back to share what changed. You can reclaim better walking, fewer cramps, and warmer, more energetic legs, starting with a single, simple drink before your next walk. If you want weekly practical health hacks like this, subscribe and join the community. Start tomorrow, track your progress, and I'll see your results in the comments.